the music, right? I don't know. 97.7 FM. We want to welcome everyone watching us over Facebook Live, YouTube Live, over the air on 97.7 FM, as well as online. However it is that you're receiving our signal, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to us. Today we have another great interview. We've got Audrey B in the studio, so let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello.
Shout out to everyone backstage. We got Sarah Cuellar, who's visiting her friend. In fact, it was through Sarah that during her interview, live interview, that we kind of brought Audrey in and kind of conned her into coming back for an interview. So shout out to Sarah. Come on up. Come on up. Come and say hi to our audience.
Yay.
You remember we had her on, what was it, couple weeks ago? Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks ago. So welcome back. Thank you for joining us again. We also want to give a shout out to Renee and Juan, who are back behind the scenes, making all the magic happen on the air and switching and so forth. So thank you guys for supporting local public radio station. Thank you for making the time to come out and talk to our audience. I know that there is a lot that you want to talk about. There's a lot of cool projects, but first of all, you are a professional photographer, you are a content creator, content manager, content producer, and like you wear multiple hats. So, tell us all about your career.
Yeah, so professionally, I'm a photographer. I'm also a content creator. I've been doing photography for, I guess, I've been doing it since I was a kid, but I've been getting paid since I was since 2018, 2019. Same thing with content. I've always been doing content. TikTok came around, so I've been able to do that a little bit more. I get to do that for a lot of businesses, local businesses, other friends if they need that as well. I also I also host events for creatives. So I am the founder of Let's Stay Creative. So Let's Stay Creative is a community of photographers, models, and content creators. So we kind of just come together and host events and kind of mingle, network, and just create opportunities for everybody. I like to think that a lot of people come into the events with more experience or confidence. So a lot of people are shy when they first start, and then without a few events, they kind of get a little bit more comfortable, which is great to see. So it's also exciting to see a lot of people kind of get their own projects going within the community, outside of the community, and yeah.
Now, you've got an event coming up on the 29th, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about that event.
So actually next week, Let's Stay Creative is hosting an event next Saturday. So this event is going to be a mix of creatives and also it's in a collaboration with Hacks Brothers. So Hacks Brothers is a home builders. Their sponsor for the event is also Dante Title Company. So we're going to kind of just be at one of their model homes, mingling, networking, same thing, photography, content. So it's a photography model meetup and mixer. So two worlds are kind of coming together, which is like the home building company and the creative community. So that's going to be fun.
Fantastic. And where can they go to get more information about this?
We haven't posted the official flyer, but eventually, once we get all the little details together, I'm going to go ahead and post on the Let's Stay Creative page, so you can find that on Let's Stay Creative Instagram.
Excellent. Fantastic. So now tell me a little more about your photography career. I know that you've worked with a lot of folks in the area, a lot of companies and so forth. So tell me a little more about that.
Yeah, so there's so much to say about that because I've worked with like multiple marketing companies. I've also worked with, I've worked as just a freelancer. Right now I actually work for a road construction company, which is super random. But the road construction company, I was able to get that job because of, networking and building my portfolio as a creative. I did not go to school. I don't have a degree. So this is a job where for most people, you have to have a degree. And I know that we're in a generation where we don't really have to have a degree to be successful. But I was able to use my experiences, my portfolio, and then just the people that I know to get the job that I have. So I'm a social media manager or social media coordinator for a road construction company. And so I kind of manage their social media. And I do like in-house content as well whenever we're needing certain projects to be done. And it's really cool because I learn a lot. Like road construction is super random. Like, but we're actually like 3 different companies. It's like road construction, materials. So I get to go to like quarries, which is really cool to see like all the materials. And then the trucking company that we have too. So I get to market all of those things. So it's really fun. So I'm like learning a lot about the industry.
Fantastic. Now, I know that you get to collaborate with a lot of local models and other companies and so forth. So, anything that you want to share in that regards?
So if you're interested in modeling and you're nervous or you're scared, same thing with photographers. If you're like a new photographer and you're not really confident, or you just like photography or you just like modeling, you like the idea of it, I think um, not I think, I know coming to the events, it can be scary at first, especially like if you're coming to the events alone, you can't find somebody to go with and you're hesitant on going because of that. A lot of people who are at the events are just as nervous and just as scared. So it's really reassuring whenever you're attending the events, knowing that like, oh, I want to do this, but like I've been so scared to do it. A majority of the people who come to the events will say the same thing. We do have a good amount of people who are beginners, and I guess you can say like they've been doing it for a while and then like completely like expert at what they do. You're just constantly learning from them. But in general, you're going to be learning from everybody whenever you're at the events, whether it's like new or advanced, whatever, however you want to label it. There's just so much to learn all the time. So I mean, even while you're experiencing all those things outside of the events as a model or a creative or photographer, you're going to constantly be learning anyway. So I mean, it's just more of a comfortable space to start. So I do think that if you're hesitant, it's scary. I get it because I get scared. I get nervous too. Sometimes people show up and I'm scared because I'm like, there's people here and I'm supposed to talk and I'm nervous and they're expecting me to do this whole thing. So I mean, I get nervous too because I started off very shy too. I talked about that the last time I was here actually. How I was really like I grew up very nervous, very shy and awkward. Yeah.
Fortunately, fortunately, public speaking or any particular communication skills is exactly that, a skill. You can work at it.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
you don't have to be born with it. It's something that you work through. And I think a lot of us communicators, we have that, and we have to learn to work through that. You know, the shyness and so forth. And I think it's part of everyone's life.
It's part of the human experience,
It is.
guys.
Yeah, it is.
I definitely like started to read some books on it. The one of the books I like the most is called Small Talk. It's not a big book, but it's like pretty simple to read. But it just kind of helps you on small talk. And then it literally tells you, you think that you're being awkward, but the person you're talking to probably thinks they're being awkward too. So just go out there and just do your thing because we're probably all nervous. We're all scared. We want to do what we want to do, and we're all passionate about different things, but we don't know where to start.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think that y'all are nodding in the back. Y'all
Yeah.
are like, yes.
Yeah. In fact, and that's one of the things I tell all my students. You know, when you're interviewing someone, you're standing behind the camera. The person in front of the camera is probably very nervous. So if you nod and in agreement with them, it's gonna just kind of give them a little confidence, and letting them know subconsciously, hey, you're doing well, you're doing fine, keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the little tricks that I show my students to kind of
Agreeing.
put their interviewee at
Yes.
peace. So we could be totally screwing up, but they're nodding
They're
yes. So
gonna do it.
so we'll feel okay about it. Yeah.
Got it.
No. Now, speaking of events, you've got another event at South Padre Island in April, correct?
Yes, guys.
Tell me about that one.
Okay, so this one's exciting because the last time we were at South Padre was maybe 2, 3 years ago. That was actually Sarah's first event.
Yeah. Oh wait,
Sarah's-
yeah. That was
Yeah.
in the dunes, right?
Yeah, we're in the sand dunes. Was that 2 or 3 years ago? Can't
Trying to
remember.
remember maybe like.
But it was a while back. So that was the first and only event we had at South Padre. It was a few years ago, and we were just at the sand dunes. So I wanted to do it again, especially because we do have some creatives that are from like the Brownsville area that want to come to the events, and obviously come like doing a lot of the events in McAllen. Like it's a drive. And then just in general, I do want to just have more events at South Padre because I think South Padre is nice, especially this time of year. Anyway, we're having an event at South Padre April 13. So we're going to do this in a collaboration with the Art Lounge, which is going to be pretty cool. Right now, their theme at their art gallery is the 1920s, so that's kind of the theme that we're going to kind of go for. Oh, I forgot to mention the theme for the other event.
Oh, what is the theme?
So the theme for the one next week is actually going to be all neutrals and beige. So just kind of like wearing like, I guess like whites, tans, and browns. So yeah. And then, okay, going back to the event for April 13th, the one at South Padre, we haven't decided exactly the theme, but we kind of have like a name for it. It's going to be Speakeasy. Oh, Speakeasy by the Shore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot. I wrote it down and I sent it to Sarah and I was like, what do you think about this? Speakeasy by the Shore. So, yeah, so it's like the night. So their studio has 1920s vibes because that's the art that they currently have right now. So we kind of wanted to incorporate that and like do something different. And obviously we're going to be at South Padre, so that's like a good opportunity to do like beach photos and stuff. They do have a dock. They said that they had like a little pier that leads to the island. So that's going to be cool too. So yeah, that's the only info I have. For time, April 13, it's going to be from 2 to 5. Yeah. But other than that, I don't have like any other details. That's all I've got so far. I'm still planning.
Well, keep it right here on 97.7 because we're going to be giving you all that information. We'll be disseminating and promoting that information as we get it. So.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me, what else do you have to share with us? I know that you have, I saw that list of things that you want to share.
So the list.
Yes, go right ahead. Bring out your list and let us know what you want to share with our audience.
I guess like going back to like the networking experiences that I've had. When I started as a creative, it goes back to I was very awkward. I was very shy. I knew I had a passion for things. I knew I wanted to create. I knew I wanted to do something different. And obviously that's when I created Let's Stay Creative, when I created the community that I wish I had when I was first starting. It was safe and it was a comfortable experience when I first started doing all that. So I just wanted to say, when you're starting out and if you're not doing the whole let me go to school for marketing or let me go to school for photography, let me go to school to get a degree, networking is really important. I've received so many opportunities because of networking. I'm very shy, and it doesn't seem like it right now, right? Maybe not. Maybe it does. I don't know. I can't tell. But I am very shy and I can be very quiet in a room. I can be that person who doesn't really speak. I can be the person who's just observing and just not saying anything. But I'm still absorbing and I'm still learning and I'm still wanting to be there because it's exciting to be there. And so with all those experiences that I've had and all the people that I've came across, I was able to have a lot of great experiences doing fun projects. So even though I didn't say much, I do feel like my work kind of spoke for itself. And so I was able to do cool projects without saying, hey, hire me because I think I'd be really great for this. Just being a part of certain communities, being a part of certain events is enough. And even if you don't think it is. And if you are that person who's very outgoing, that's great because you make it a lot easier for people where you're just kind of just talking away and it's exciting. I mean, I love coming across people who have like a lot of, I guess, like big energy. I don't know if that's like a slang or not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a slang or not. They just kind of naturally just express and just talk about themselves. But yeah, just networking is really important. You can go really far with that. Again, I was able to get the job that I currently have, which requires an education, and I don't have it, but my work speaks for itself. And so I'm really grateful for that. All the work and all the hard work that I've been doing just kind of led me to these experiences. Besides doing that, I've been able to work with other marketing companies, and I have friends that own marketing companies. And yeah, if you really like, overall, if you look at the creative community, we all kind of know each other and we all kind of work together and we help each other. So one marketing company can hire, a videographer who works for another marketing company, and we just help each other out in that way, which is really cool. So once you get to once people start to recognize your name and they start to recognize how much work you've done and you're just kind of around for a while, they will remember. And even if you have to do like an event for like not the best, I guess like just for like the experience, which I hate to say because like nobody wants to do like, oh, you're gonna get a lot of experience. I hate that. I really hate it. But when you're first starting out, you really just like want it because you're just like, okay, I need to build my portfolio. One event is enough. You don't have to do a million of them and be like, I'm trying to get experience. One event is enough. And if they try to tell you like, oh, this is really beneficial for you to have as your portfolio for the experience, like you don't need that. You already know your value. You've already done that before. So that's something I want to like say too. Also, like don't charge so low because you're gonna mess it up for everybody, not just yourself. Like it's gonna be difficult for the valley in general to grow if you're constantly pricing very low. That's like a completely different topic. But
Yeah, no,
just,
it's important.
It is important because you like not everyone's gonna understand the value that we bring as creatives, and we need to make sure that we together are, at least starting at a specific number. Because if somebody is lower, then okay, then you're going to keep us all in that number. We need to grow together as a community, as like the valley, because if we want to get to like the numbers that are in Austin, we kind of have to help each other out in that way. Because then eventually the clients are going to realize like, oh, this is actually like we need to spend like for this. It's an experience.
We need a budget for this.
Yeah, it's an experience. There's talent, and obviously they're looking for somebody to do it because they can't do it themselves. So we need to remember that we have skill, we have knowledge, we have something that a lot of people can't do. So how did I get here? How did I start talking about
No,
this?
it's important. It's important advice that you're giving everyone that or anyone that's interested in kind of joining and starting in this industry. Because I know that there's a lot of folks that are watching that are interested in doing this for a living and getting into it, and so they're getting some really important information. So I want to remind you to come out to the mixers because this is probably some of the topics you guys discuss.
Yeah, I mean, especially like if people like come up to me and like, they're asking questions. I kind of, I'll encourage people. But I mean, at the end of the day, like everyone does their thing, but I will try to like give as much info that I'm only speaking from experience as a person who's been doing this for like a while. I have a different path than other people for sure, but yeah.
Well, this is completely your space right now. This is your time to share whatever you want to share with us. So, what else would you like to share with our audience?
What do I want to share, Sarah?
Feel free to go look back at your list here. Yes, we definitely don't want to leave anything out that you want to share with our audience. So far, you've been giving our audience a lot of really vital information.
Okay, so briefly I talked about it. If you guys have me on social media, you have me on Instagram specifically, I every now and then talk about how I have like an autoimmune disorder. And so a lot of people don't know about it because I don't make it my whole personality. I mean, that sounds really bad too. I think I feel bad. Like I shouldn't say that. But I just don't talk about it to the point where it's like noticeable. But I do feel sick often, and I kind of just push through a lot of that. And so there's a lot to say about that actually. Like I just don't know where to start.
No, I get it, and I think it's important because a lot of folks out there might be struggling with their own issues, their own problems. We all struggle with something, and a lot of times it is important to realize that you can work through it, that you can push yourself through it, and don't use it as a crutch, or don't use it as something that is not good. That's gonna prevent you from reaching your goals or your dreams, your aspirations.
Right.
And so reach out, get help wherever possible, whenever possible, and then don't let that ruin your dreams. Keep pursuing your dreams.
Yeah, actually, I received a message yesterday. They were basically telling me that they were afraid to talk about their condition. I don't know what their condition was, but it was after I posted about me talking about this today. And I guess my response was basically what you mentioned too. I just at times when I feel like I can't say or share anything about it, I feel like it's embarrassing, and that's why I don't say anything, because I feel like it's an excuse, or I feel like I can easily just say, oh, I can't do this because of this, right? But at the end of everything, especially looking back at everything that I've done, I can say, hey, I still did all of this even with this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's one thing too, is like we don't realize how strong we are until we actually do and we push. And yeah. It's like I don't know. There's a lot to say, but I have an autoimmune condition. It's called PODS. I don't exactly know how to fluently say what PODS, like post orthoticria syndrome. I kind of shortened it, but basically it's like a nervous system condition, and so it affects a lot of like my heart and how like my blood flow is and how it functions. And so I could literally just be sitting or standing and out of nowhere can have an episode. And it has happened in like a lot of public places. And so in moments I have to, well, I don't have to, but I choose to just kind of like pretend like it's not happening and just push through.
Work through it.
It's happened at events too. And I just, no one knows, but like, it just is like a reassuring for me that I know that I can do more than I think. And at the very end of everything, it's more rewarding too. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that. I know it's something very personal, and it's something that you decided to share with our viewers. And I know that there's someone out there that is benefiting from this. I know that there's someone watching who is possibly even in the same condition, in a similar condition or a similar situation, and that is benefiting from your words. So it is helping. It's helping someone out there. So thank you for being brave enough to discuss this with our audience. Yeah, appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, I know a lot of people have been, I guess like they've been getting sick from COVID, and they've been having like COVID, like long haul COVID, and it's very similar to POTS, or they just have POTS now. And so I know it's like scary because when you first like experiencing these things, you think you're going crazy. Like you really do. Like, you know, there's something wrong and like nobody believes you. And then you just know, like we just know ourselves. And so just like know, I guess like there's people who understand that. And even though that's like really hard to experience, you can still have a normal life outside of it. And maybe it's just a flare up and you're experiencing that very harshly, but eventually it gets easier and you learn your body, you learn how to manage everything, and it just gets easier.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. And you know, the more experience, the more you work through it, the better you get at it. You know, and sometimes when you push your body at 100%, you realize that there's an extra. You know, you can go a little further. You know, and so by you doing this and just pushing through, whether you're at an event, whether you are, you know, working or wherever you're at, it just shows your professionalism, and it shows that you've learned to work and push through it, and it'll help you for the next time around that this happens again. And I'm sure that someone's watching out there that this is actually helping them. So thank you.
Easier. I know it's really hard, but it gets easier.
Yeah. Well, we wish you the best with that, and send, you know, positive vibes your way, and best wishes and prayers that you can learn to cope with this and find a solution for it. And so well, is there anything else you want to share with our audience? And before we move on, and before I forget, please, you've already told us your social media for Let's Stay Creative. Repeat that for our viewing audience, and then tell us how they can reach you and your photography business.
Yeah, so the Let's Stay Creative page on Instagram and Facebook is just Let's Stay Creative. My photography work is Audrey B Photo Content, because I do photography and content. My personal is Audrey Barrera, so it's Audrey with an I, and my legal name is with an E, but I spell it with an I online. And then I get a lot of people ask me all the time, like, is it an I or an E? And I'm like, I don't care. As long as it's not Aubrey, I'm fine. People call me Aubrey, and I'm like, I'll take it. It's close.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also have YouTube, so you can find my YouTube channel with my name as well. And yeah.
Fantastic. So is there anything else you'd like to share?
Anything else I'd like to share, sir? My second brain.
How could someone start being a content creator?
Good question. The question is, how can someone start being a content creator?
So I am a content creator, but I'm not like a content creator consistently online, like, you know, doing brands and work and stuff like that. So I'm a content creator for my clients. So if you're passionate about content, if you like storytelling, if you like putting together little videos, just start, just do it. Offer it as a service, you know, go around anywhere, just do it. I have a lot of friends who do it, and they, you know, they're not getting paid like maybe the first few videos, but they have a passion for it. So they naturally just storytell, they naturally make their content, they go around different businesses, they do all that, and eventually people will start to notice. And then you, yeah, just do. Basically, just do it.
Yeah.
Just start making content. Just start doing it. Everybody's doing it too, and you don't know where it's going to take you. You don't know how far it's going to take you. If you have a passion for it, it's going to take you far. Depending on how you want to go for it, there's so many ways to go for it, whether that's online or with your own clients, whether that's creating a marketing company, just creating content for weddings. A lot of people just do content creation just for weddings and events now, which is a service I offer too, but some people just do content strictly. So we're kind of doing away with a lot of like just videographers, and a lot of people just want content. So just do. You just never know. There's a lot of opportunity for everybody right now. Everybody needs content. Everybody's going to be reaching out for it. Once somebody sees that you're making videos in a specific way, they're going to reach out and they're going to want that for themselves. So just keep doing it. That's my advice. Just do it.
That's great advice.
Just do it.
No, that is great advice. I was watching actually an interview of a famous director. I'm not going to name any names right now, but famous director. And he said, I always get approached by people saying, I want to become a filmmaker. I want to become a director. How do I do it? And his response was, just do it.
Yeah, honestly, you don't get any better until you start. Like, just start doing it, and you naturally start getting better just by doing it over and over, too.
Yeah.
So your experience is like when you start.
Yep, that's right. He gave the example of when someone wants to become a runner. How do you become a runner? Well, you start running.
True.
Just do it. So just like that, like Audrey said, if you want to become a content creator, just do it. Just go out there. I like that. That's great. That's great. Anything else we missed that you want to mention before we wrap up?
I don't think so. Did we go through the list? Really random. Not going to say much about it, but the road construction company that I work for is actually having an event this Saturday. So if you're interested in road construction, working for, in a quarry with materials, or if you're a trucker, this is a random advertisement, but yeah, we're having an event on Saturday. It's a hiring event. So if you're a CDL driver, you love being out in the field, you love crane operation, heavy duty machinery, like just general labor. Yeah. Saturday at the Rio Bank in McAllen.
Rio Bank in McAllen. Excellent.
Random little ad.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great because there's a lot of folks out there.
Yeah,
I can already think of one person. I've got a buddy who's a truck driver and who's looking for a job. So I'm going to go ahead and reach out to him. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's fantastic. So where can they go to get more information about that?
You can go to ioccompany.com, or you can go to the IOC Company Instagram. So
you said IOC?
Yes, IOC Company.
IOC Company. Okay.
You'll just see all the info on there, and yeah, everybody will be out there on Saturday at the Rio Bank from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m.
That's right. Check them out. IOCcompany.com, you said?
Yes.
Hopefully they'll become sponsors of the show later on. And just shout out. Excellent. Well, cool. Well, thank you for making the time to come out and joining us and talking to our audience and sharing, a lot of vital information. Our station, if you've been following us, we're an educational station. We're all about promoting local talent. We're all about promoting, local companies, shopping local, promoting local artists. And so it's right up our alley. And if we can use this station as an education tool or as a tool to influence you and encourage you to do something, then our job would be complete. And so thank you for coming and sharing a lot of really great information with our audience.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm excited. Sarah, come say bye.
Yeah, come on up.
Come on up.
Now I know it's been about 2 years since you were on. So 2 or 3 years. It's been a while.
It was 2022.
Okay, so 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure that you come.
Lots of growth has happened since then.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure we bring you on at least every year. No, every year. Every year, or just anytime you have something to share with us. You have an event coming up. You have a project coming up. Just come over, and the doors are open here at 97.7 FM for you. Come on over anytime and talk to our audience. And same with Sarah.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that we had her on, right? It was the first time about 2 weeks ago.
Time.
So we hope that you come back, let us know your next film. I know that you have a film coming up in July.
July, yes. Oh, that's the one that we're going to be a part of,
Yes.
right? Yes.
That's right.
Shooting it together.
Oh, no,
Getting
closer.
girl.
There we go.
I was like half the frame.
Yeah, there you go. But yes, you know, feel free to come back and share with us some more
You all should
information on
talk
that.
about y'all's experience on that film.
We should.
yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Another episode.
We'll do that. Yeah.
Audrey, you interview us.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
that's
I'll
right.
sit on that. See, the next video.
That's right. So once again, social media handles for Sarah, since you're on.
Yes. Oh, okay. At Sincerely Sarah, sincerely with 3 Y's. For my Instagram. What else? What else do I have? Oh yeah, and my cosplay account. It's bubbly tea. Last time I said boba tea, it's bubbly tea.
You gave the wrong handle.
Oh,
last
okay,
time.
okay.
Yeah, I was too nervous.
Mhm.
That's pretty much.
Any Facebook accounts around? Any Facebook or YouTube channel?
YouTube about the same. At Sincerely Sarah. And yeah, Audrey, your handles.
Yep.
Oh, I gave all mine. My YouTube, my Instagram, Facebook.
Make sure you look into her YouTube. She's making a vlog, so that's coming.
Yeah,
out
they've been
soon.
filming BTS over here.
Yes.
So I don't know what they got, but they got something.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, ladies, for making the time to come out and talk to our audience. Doors are always open, like I mentioned, and come back soon.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you. We want to welcome and thank you guys for watching and keep it tuned right here in 97.7 FM, The City.